Proceeding will start shortly. The 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 proceeding will start shortly.
Order! Order. Questions to the Secretary of State for Transport, Deirdre Brock.
Question 1, Mr. Speaker.
The Secretary of State for Transport, Secretary Grant Shapps.
Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to echo the sentiments expressed yesterday by my right honourable friend, the Prime Minister, regarding the awful events in Grays, Essex. Inquiries are ongoing, but having worked with the haulage industry over the past few months, I feel very keenly the tragedy that's taken place and stand ready to assist them in any way that we can. Mr. Speaker, with your permission, I'd like to answer this question along with question 9. On the 15th of October, I announced the government would develop a world-leading transport decarbonisation plan. This will bring together the bold and ambitious programme of action across transport needed to achieve our net zero by 2050.
Deirdre Brock.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's obvious, and firstly, may I associate myself with his remarks about the terrible tragedy yesterday. I think we're all deeply shocked by it in the SNP and across the House. And we hope that matters are investigated very thoroughly, and those that are guilty of this terrible crime are brought to justice as quickly as possible. It is obvious the government's electric car strategy isn't working, with sales still only just at 2% approximately. Figures from TfL confirm that any successful scrappage scheme requires central government support. The SNP have been calling for this for years. When will the UK government invest in a proper diesel scrappage scheme?
Secretary of State.
Well, the Honourable Lady will be aware, actually it's 2.6% in both low-emission and electric cars, but she'll also be aware there's a 122% increase in electric car sales this year alone over last year, of which I'm proud to be one small percentage of in owning one, and they are fantastic. And I think for that reason we're about to see a big increase in the number of electric cars on the road. There's already more charging locations publicly than petrol stations, and we will be doing a whole host of things, 40 or 50 different measures, which I'll describe in the decarbonisation plan, and I think she'll be very pleased with a lot of the things she'll see coming along.
Stuart C. MacDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Turning to aircraft emissions, will the government agree to incentivise the use of aviation biofuels? And does he have similar ambitions to the Scottish Government, which is seeking to see electric aircraft introduced in Highlands and Islands?
State.
Well, the honourable member will be interested to hear I went to see the aircraft built by Britain Norman being developed for electric flight in the Highlands and Islands just the other week at Cranfield University. And yes, I had a meeting day before yesterday on those biofuels. Very, very important in terms of meeting our commitments to net zero by 2050 in aviation.
Eric Thomas.
Road improvements are a key part of making transport sustainable for the future. The A30 that goes right through, all the way from London to my hometown of Penzance, still runs through villages and is the only part of the A30 that runs through traffic lights. Will the Minister meet with me and make sure that the A30 improvement is included in RIS 2?
I know my honourable friend's been fighting very hard on this, and I'd be more than happy to meet up with him along with the Roads Minister.
Dr Matthew Alford.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Sustainability also includes safety. Last November, my constituent, Priscilla Troop, suffered a fatal fall at Mill Hill Broadway Station. Staff didn't follow the emergency plans, and people walked over as she lay dying. At her inquest, Govia Thameslink said they would introduce a new local incident response plans. However, this hasn't been introduced. Can the Minister advise if it is the responsibility of the Office of Rail and Road or some other organisation